Hello everyone. Today we have with us Sri Hari. He's a final year student from Gokte College, Karnataka, and he recently cracked the PayPal software engineering interview. And he also connected with me LinkedIn before that, and we also have some common connections. Also, he cracked a good company, being from a Tier 3 college. Hi, Sri Hari. Yeah, congratulations once again. Yeah, so we can start with the interview experience briefly, and then we'll go with some FAQs.
Hello everyone, my name is Sri Hari. I'm a final year student from KLS Gokte Institute of Technology, Karnataka. So I applied PayPal with the referral. So there was a alumni who was working at of our college who was working at PayPal. So he referred few candidates from our college. So that's how I got the interview link assessment for the PayPal. So this is how the process began. So the interview process consisted of 4 rounds. So the first round was hackering online assessment, and the second round was technical discussion, and the third round was also a technical discussion, and the fourth and final round was managerial round.
Yeah. So what one thing I want to ask is, as you said, it was referral based, right? Like, do you know any students in your college or anyone who got without referral also by directly applying or applying through others?
No sir, I only know few students who got the link by the referral.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you can continue. So we can go in detail about each round maybe. So how was the experience with the first round?
Okay, so the first round was a hackering online assessment. So it consisted of 2 DSA questions, medium lead code level questions. So both of them were based on greedy algorithm. So the total duration to solve both of them was 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I successfully solved both the questions within an hour and I submitted my solution.
Okay.
So after a week, I got a mail that I have been shortlisted for further rounds.
Mm.
So during the end of December, since I had my semester end examination, so I did not follow up them. So once my semester end examination has gone over, I just mailed the recruiter that when are you going to take my next round. So instantly he mailed me back saying that you have interview schedule within 2-3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my technical discussion one.
Okay.
So in the technical round, he did not, although they had sent me a HackerRank code like pair coding link, he did not ask me to code any DSA question. So it was a genuine discussion, everything based on my resume.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, he started to ask me like, what are the difference C++, and he deliberately said that don't say me the difference which are in textbook. Say me the difference which you got to know by doing some programs and which you learned by doing some programs and projects.
Mm-hmm.
So I said him, like I explained him all the like by build like, what if we build an application with C or C++, like these are the differences which you can observe. So and he said me like just assume a scenario for which application type you will use a C programming language and for which application you will use a C++ programming language. So I explained in that for C++ programming language, I would be so I can build an online trading system using C++. So and if I want some video encoder like ELR video like video player for that application, I will be using C programming language. So give him like explanation why I'm using C for this and why I'm using C++ for this.
Mm-hmm.
So and since I did not mention Java in my resume, so he did not ask me any Java questions. But I have a Java project in my GitHub. So he scanned my GitHub and he picked a few lines of code from that project, and he said me to explain me the what does this line do. So he told me to explain the line. So basically, it was based on threads, creating the threads in Java. So I explained him like what is the line doing. So he started to ask me questions on threads. Threads. What will happen if I don't use threads? What will happen if use 500 threads simultaneously? Some OS question he started to ask. And then he saw, I mentioned in my achievement section, I have mentioned that I secured a second prize at a coding competition in my college. So he mentioned me, do you remember any questions from the coding competition? So in total, there were 4 questions. I remembered only 2. So he said me to, so one of them was permutation of a string. So he said me to explain the approach, like how did you solve the question? Can you explain me the approach? First, I explained him the approach of the question. So he did not say me to code. I just explained him orally. That was it.
Okay.
It was just half an hour long.
Mm-hmm.
Although the total duration mentioned in the mail was 45 minutes, he ended the interview within 30 minutes itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I was nervous. So interview very early. So I thought he did not like me or what. Did I say anything wrong? So that was what running in my head.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one interview only, right? Like all that CPP, CC plus difference and permutation related discussion in half an hour. You did all this. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So this guy was he was like a senior engineer, a manager. What kind of round was this?
Yeah, he was a senior engineering manager with 17 plus years of experience.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, makes sense. They usually won't go that much depth into proper coding. They want to know your approach and understanding of depth. Yeah.
So, and in the end, he said, "Do you have any questions?" Like, I asked him about like what are, so PayPal has their own database called JunoDB. So I asked him about that. Why do you guys use JunoDB? Like, why do you create the JunoDB? So
Mm-hmm.
also I asked him, why not Postgres? Why are you using Oracle database? So people uses the Oracle database extensively. So I asked him the reason. So he kept on explaining me about the tech stack about the company. What why do what why Oracle, why not Postgres? So he kept on explaining. It was a very good interaction between both of us.
Mm-hmm. Same interview only in 30 minutes. You had this all.
Huh.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, like this is very good, right? You researched about the company and got to know. You showed that you're interested to work with them and already learning about what they're working. So they'll also get more interest. Yeah.
So this round after like 3 4 days, I received a mail after 3 4 working days. So this interview was in Friday, so I had to wait again Monday, Tuesday. So I received a mail on Wednesday stating again in Friday you have next technical round.
Mm.
So this round was in the second technical round. That is the overall. It is a third round. So this is technical discussion number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the interviewer was someone who has extensively worked with Java, MVC Spring Boot, and she has also experience with React. So since I have completed my internship in React,
Mm.
so she said that the interviewer mapping will be done solely based on your resume. So don't get worried. Just because I'm asking a React question doesn't mean you will get a React role. So mapping is done based on the resume and your skill set. So initially it started off with the self introduction, and she asked me about the interview experience. So in the my resume, I have mentioned that I have optimized the website of the company which I have worked by more than 50%. So she started to tell me like, how did you optimize? What are the approaches you used? So I started to explain her like there are like concepts in React like lazy loading, code splitting. So these are the concepts to be used to optimize our website. Also during my internship, I worked with Google Maps API. So she started to ask me about like what are the functions which you used, what are the features you used of Google Maps, how did you use them, what are the challenges did you face, so how did you implement this feature. So this was the most initially she asked me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to answer them all, and next she sent me the link, HackerRank link, code pair.
Mm-hmm.
So first question was she opened a React playground.
Mm-hmm.
It was a React live coding.
Okay.
Basically, I was really shocked because it was so many days I have not written React code.
Mm.
So after so many days, I was writing React code.
Yeah, they wanted your quick reaction on React SSE.
Yeah, I was shocked, literally full shocked. So she gave me a problem statement. So try to implement email ID validator. So you will be create an input field. So you should take a email and you should validate whether it's a valid email ID or invalid email ID, and only and there should be a submit button. So the submit button should be enabled only when the email ID is a valid one. So this was a problem statement she provided me. So I started to explain my approach, like these are the things I use. So I started to explain my approach, and I started to write the code. So in between, she used to ask me like, what is this hook doing? So there are hooks in React. So she started to ask me the questions about the React hooks. So what is this function doing? What is this callback function doing? Why are you writing this? So I started to explain her. So this function is doing this work. So this is a callback function. This does this work. So everything I started to explain her in detail. So in the like validate emails, I have written a validate email function. So initially my approach was just check whether the input string as at gmail.com or not. So dot function in JavaScript called dot includes. So I used, so she said, so now only gmail.com email IDs are validating. So what if I enter my email ID paypal.com? So it is not being validated. So how will you do that? So I said, ma'am, we can solve that easily by using regular expressions. So she was okay with that, and she said, okay, you have said it right, just implement it. So I said, sorry, ma'am, I don't know how to write the regular expressions. And she asked me, so have you not written regular expressions or not? So I said, ma'am, during my internship, I have written regular expression, but I have taken help of some AI agents like ChatGPT to generate the regular expression. So I honestly said that like I don't know regular expression. So this is how I implemented it in my internship. Like I used ChatGPT to implement regular expression. Yes, so she was convinced. Okay, at least I was honest with the interview. I did not lie to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and also another feature she said. So what the methodology of mine was, whenever you are typing at each keystroke, there was an error message displaying. It is not a, so imagine currently the input field is empty. So imagine for your shashank@gmail.com, you type S and I am showing an error message. You type so the error message will be vanished only when it is a completely valid email ID. So it was not a better user experience. So she said to me that this is not how it is implemented in real world. You know that you can't show error message before I am typing the input. So you should show the error message only when I complete typing of my email ID. So she said to me to implement. So she said to me, how will you achieve this? So what I proposed was, there is a concept called debouncing in React. So I explained my approach, or like I stated some examples, like if you see in like Flipkart and Amazon website, there will be some auto suggestions that are responses are fetched from the API. The API is called only when I slow down my typing speed. So I gave her some example. So she was satisfied with she understood that I know the concept, so I can implement that. So since I took a lot of time in building the React components, so she said, okay, no need to implement. We can move on to the next question. So the next question was a DSA question. So it was a question based on variable size sliding window plus hashing. It was a medium level question, not a standard one, but a variation of some standard question. So initially I gave her the brute force approach of big of n square. So she said, try to optimize it a bit. So so I saw the question first time in the interview. So I was a bit nervous. While I was explaining her the brute force approach, I was thinking about the optimal approach. So once I fully explained her the brute force approach, so I got to know. So we can do this function using sliding window. Got to know that sliding window can be applied. So I explained her my approach and I wrote the code. So it passed all the test cases. She was satisfied.
Mm.
And at the end, yeah, that was all about it. And she asked some questions like, do you have any questions for me? I asked few questions. That is it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so very great experience, I can say, overall. So after this, you had HR discussion or direct email you got?
So this round got concluded on Friday. Again, I have to wait till Monday. So I thought I will mail them on Tuesday. So I mailed them on Tuesday morning at 9:45 something. I mailed them at 10 o'clock. I got the response. You have your interview at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So at that day only I had the interview. So there was no time to prepare anything. But I read the interview experiences of other people in the internet and I saw some videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the interview experiences were from people on campus. Interview experiences. So in on campus they had like HR round.
Mm-hmm.
But so I started to preparing behavioral questions like strengths, weakness, where do you see yourself in 5 years, like this kind of questions. But
Yeah.
mm, yes, but in fourth round, none of these questions were asked to me. It was a complete technical round only. Manager, he was also a manager with 20 plus years of experience.
Oh, okay, okay. No, yeah, I thought 3 rounds were done and only HR round or negotiation will be there. So one more technical was there. That's surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, PayPal does that. In even in the HR round, they ask the technical questions.
Mm-hmm.
But this was not HR round. This was a hiring manager round. So he started to ask me technical questions. So in this round, final round, so he did not ask me to do live coding or anything. It was just a technical discussion. How much do I know about technical, all the core subjects?
Mm-hmm.
So even this round started with the self introduction and my internship experience.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me about, so since I have mentioned Google Maps API in the resume,
Mm-hmm.
so he started to ask me about Google Maps. So do you know how Google Map works?
Mm-hmm.
So like I did not get the question. So sir, can you please elaborate? So he said, do you know how Google Map fetches the latitude and longitude? I said, sorry, sir, I don't know about that. So and he asked me, do you know how Google calculates the distance, shortest distance? So I said yes. So using some algorithm like the extra algorithm, we can consider each location as a nodes, like a graph data structure is used. Every location is used as a node. So I explained him all the my thought process. So again, he started to ask me, do you have any experience in, have you ever worked in a backend technology? So my internship was solely on front end. So I know about backend very little. So I have not worked with backend. So I honestly said to him, no sir, I have not worked with on any backend framework at all. He was okay with that. So he asked me some basic terminologies about backend, like what is a server, what is a server. So I explained him all the definition. So that comes the database part.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, okay, so how how well are you with database? So he asked me that question. So
Mm-hmm.
I said to him, sir, yes sir, I'm pretty good with databases. So here comes all the database complicated questions. What I said I'm good with database, he started to move everything towards the database. So the first question was based on from joins.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me to, do you know about joins? Yeah. I said, yes, sir, I know about joins and I gave the definition of join. So he said, can you explain me inner join and self join?
Mm-hmm.
So I said the definition, but yeah, I was pretty confused. Did I say correct or did I say vice versa? So I said, I think I am getting confused. And he started to laugh. He started to laugh and he, he, he himself explained me the definitions and said, no, you have said it correctly. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asked me, do you know about caching?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, yes, I know about caching. And I started explaining him like, what is caching? What is the process?
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me, what's the difference between caching and what is the difference between a cache and database. So I started to explain him all that, and he asked me like, how do you make sure that your cache do not overflow? Like, what are the procedures you make that? So I said, "Sir, there are certain algorithms we can make sure our cache doesn't overflow." I explained him all this, and next comes, do you know anything about indexing and sharding? So he asked me this question. So I said, yes, I know about them. So and first of all I explained him about indexing, and I gave all. So every concept I was explaining to him, I was giving some real world example so that he can relate to it. So that if we say only the definition, they will think I have by heart on the concept, and I'm just repeating the textbook definition. So what I used to do is every concept I used to give an example with some real world analogy, and I used to explain to him. So that way I explained him the indexing. So what is indexing? Why do we do that? What happens if we do not do that? I said everything. And then comes the sharding. So I also explained him what is sharding, why do we do sharding, and again he asked me a follow-up question like what happens if a lot of traffic goes into a single shard. So also I said we can do some replicas. Also there is a optimized, like we can create some read replicas, write replicas to balance the traffic. So this all these questions I answered doing very well. I was pretty confident about this round. So this was all the questions he asked me.
So after this, any HR discussion, anything happened over telephone, or they directly emailed you the result?
So after a week, so this final round was done on Tuesday. So I mailed them a follow-up email on Friday. So on Friday I did not get a response. So on Monday I got a call afternoon.
Okay.
Like the HR himself has called me and said, we have a good news for you. You are being selected. Now I will be sending you a selection email. Just revert me with your acceptance of the offer.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I think that was yesterday, right? Last Monday. Yeah, yeah.
2 p.m.
Right. Yeah, you remember the whole timeline so well. So you would definitely remember the final day. Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason I took the podcast soon. So it'll be fresh in your memory. All these minute details you remember still. So yeah, in summary, I can say for PayPal, it's more about practical knowledge that you have, what you can start contributing to them when you join. So they clearly said not just the textbook knowledge. You tell me what practical difference you know between C, C++, and so many in-depth. Actually, so many theory we learn, but mostly we use OS and DBMS in work, apart from the programming, the DSA, of course. So they asked more in depth about that to check how much you know about that. So what do you think helped in your preparation overall? Like, were you studious? Did you maintain a good CGPA? Did you take interest in learning theory subjects?
Yes, I have a pretty decent CGPA. 9 plus. I have a 9 plus CGPA. So till now, from first semester till I guess sixth semester, I have maintained 9 plus CGPA. I don't know about seventh semester. I think I will drop the level.
Yes. Yeah.
So
That's something people ask, right? Like, does CGPA matter? Can I have low CGPA and still give interviews and all? So it doesn't make really sense if you are good enough to crack interviews, if you're able to solve bigger problems. Maintaining a decent CGPA should be good enough. Of course, there are some boring theory subjects which are not really helpful, but many useful subjects are there like OST, BMS, DSA that are really helpful, and you can practically see the practical application of them.
so what I believe is CGPA should be like, you should keep that in mind. CGPA, never neglect a CGPA, because the criteria for this paper was your CGPA should be greater than 8.5. So that was the criteria. So I think I never heard anybody saying that I regret by taking high CGPA. So nobody said that. So I heard people saying I wish I had high CGPA, because just because of the CGPA criteria they got missed out.
Right.
So try to maintain a decent CGPA, don't try don't make a target I will maintain a 10 CGPA, because it takes a lot of hard work and you need to focus on your skills also, development and DSA. So keep a balance between CGPA and your DSA skills and development skills, because as you can see from my experience, I got asked development questions and DSA questions. So I was if I was weak in any of those sections, like I was not able to crack the interview. So a perfect balance is very
Yeah.
much important.
And people usually think maintaining high CGPA means like by hearting everything and writing lengthy answers and getting the highest. So that is like if you buy it on only shallow level, we understand it won't help. Even if you understand with the link, understanding how things connect and go in depth, and you only complete 70-80% of the syllabus, that is still valuable. Later on, for example, in exam, if you get just 8.5 or 9 CGPA, it's still that depth knowledge will help you. Only when you know things in connection, you can answer, right? The way you answered in your interview.
Exactly.
So, yeah, coming to the C++ difference you said, right? Like, is that something you worked on practically something, or you just in theory you knew about the difference?
I never built an application using C++. So the interviewer asked, this was also a question like, have you built anything using C and C++? So I said, no, sir, I did not build any application using C++. I said him like, I do lead code and lead coding stuff. In the lead coding stuff, I do C++. So by till now, I have written so many code in C also, in C++ also. Like during the engineering college, we have to undergo C language also.
Hmm.
So you see the difference, you can understand the difference. So the same, if you write a same application in C or C++, you can see the oops concept is applied in C++, number of lines is reduced, complexity is reduced. So I explain him all the process, all these things.
Hmm. Right. And coming to high level design, right? That is something we don't learn in the college. So you were high level design or system design related, like sharding, indexing, and caching related. Basics we'll know, but did you take a step beyond out of interest? How did you learn and prepare for this?
Yeah, so I knew that if you are applying off campus, you need to have something extra, like you need to learn something that very few people know.
Hmm.
So normally in college interview, they won't ask you like LLD or HLD questions.
Hmm.
So in my semester, I started to exploring, like once I completed all the DSA concepts.
Hmm.
So I knew that they will ask me LLD or HLD. In I know that I will in the future I might face I might face this topic. So I thought so I did not study them seriously, but just for so let us get to know about this concept. So I studied like in that perspective about the topics.
Hmm.
So I used to follow that system design book, Alex Su. So you have heard it, yeah.
Yeah, one
So I
popular.
follow his YouTube channel, Arpit Bihane, and like there are again there are some few YouTube channels I used to regularly follow them, and I used to like binge watch their technical videos.
Mhm. Yeah,
So I think I can.
definitely. So yeah, even if they don't ask in an interview, right? You can see the opportunity where you can show off that knowledge. Maybe if they're asking on DBMS or OS, you can slowly steer the conversation towards indexing, towards caching, tell different types of caching, distributed caching system, in-memory caching, and read-through caching, different types. So you can take opportunity to impress them, by this way. So you'll never regret spending time on learning more, as long as it's practically helpful for them. So yeah, next, any other mythbusters or anything that you can think of that you had misconception about?
Competitive programming versus normal lead code.
Mm-hmm.
So during the start of engineering, I used to do Coursera, but after my second semester, I dropped Coursera and I completely went into lead code. So I guess if you want to crack any companies, any top product companies, lead code is enough. So competitive programming is for the people who enjoy solving DSA questions. So it is for them. So don't do competitive programming just for the jobs. because you can crack the job just by doing lead code. And there are some exceptions, like some companies ask very hard questions, like they can be cracked only by people who know competitive programming. So those are exception companies.
Yeah. So actually, I can relate with you. I did same thing. Like most of my engineering, I did only Code Forces, Code Chef, and later I got to know, oh, okay, it's enough to do standard lead code and DS geek service question. Similar or same thing will come. But yeah, when I do teach students also, right? So to help them prepare for interviews, one thing I saw, what approach is said, right? Like if they directly start with lead code, they are very like kind of spoon feeding is done. One thing is it will directly tell which test case went wrong. They can run multiple times and see, okay, all cases are passing or not. Hidden cases are shown easily. In other competitive coding, they won't show the hidden cases. You have to think a lot before submitting. There is penalty for wrong submissions. And mainly, the question is given in a scenario based, and you have to think from that and map it to programmatically. And nothing is given as input, only text format it's given. You have to build the data structure. In the lead code, they give you tree, they give you heap, they give you array, everything is ready. And two-line questions. Given an array, do this. Given a matrix, do this. So this will make you only do that. It's good to get the basic DSA and all, but a mix of both is important. That's what I recently learned actually.
Yeah, competitive programming is like a bonus for you. So there is no harm in doing a competitive programming. It is just like icing on top of a cake.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's essential also because ad hoc thinking is required to some extent. Otherwise, they will feel surprised when they see lengthy questions and you are expected to take input and build the data structure. So, to some extent, it is basic, you can say. It is still required. Basic, easy, medium. You have to be doing contest at least now and then. If you keep doing contest, you'll be familiar with unfamiliar environments, ambiguous situations, how we can disambiguate.
Yes, I used to give liquid contest weekly and bi-weekly, like what's your contest.
Yeah.
So that I used to do.
Yeah, that also scenario based. They'll ask you have to disambiguate and yeah. Going further, anything else related to interviews before, after, or and during preparation? Any suggestions that you have?
So before the interview, come like you have prepared everything. So keep that confidence in mind, like I have done my best. So now no need to be nervous. So now the things are not in your control. So you have to be confident and not overconfident. So there is thing which you cannot control in the interview. There are some aspects like the questions which the DSA question which he will ask you, you don't know. So it is uncontrollable. So the interviewer who you will get, how he behave, whether he is very strict one or whether he is a cool guy, whether he guides you to the solution, or there are few interviews they will give you some hints to guide you to the solution, and there are other interviews who won't give any hints. So that is also a little bit luck factor. So you cannot control all that. So just be calm and attend the interview. So one strategy which I followed was, assume you have cleared the interview. Think this as only a discussion. So this was my strategy. Like I thought, so now I'm giving a first technical discussion. So in my head, I thought, okay, I have cleared this round. This is just a discussion. No need to worry. This won't affect on your result. So this way I used to think.
Okay, I used to do something similar. I didn't do it used to happen. Like I think first 2 3 interviews like that only. Was totally not nervous. Like I was totally fine because in the first 1 or 2 minutes I used to do a big blunder. So totally some silly mistake I used to do. Like they totally leave hopes. They also know this guy won't get selected. Like that big blunder I used to do. Then I'm now without any stress. I'm like, okay, anyway, this is gone. Let me enjoy the 1 hour. Then it went well. Everything went well afterwards.
Exactly. So the more we think about it, the greater the possibility of making blunder. So from the first day, I thought that the probability of cracking paper is very low. So don't keep high hopes. Otherwise, you will get regretted and you will be depressed. So in every round, I used to think, okay, so this is the last round. So I think I might fail. So no need to worry. Don't take it too much personal. It's just an interview. So I used to consolidate myself.
Right. No, see, there's some quotation here. Do you know about imposter syndrome?
Huh?
Imposter syndrome means feeling like, oh, maybe I don't belong here. So when you join people, if you feel like, oh, I think I got here by mistake, I don't belong here. They are so intelligent people. I'm somehow randomly got here lottery like that. So this is imposter syndrome, and
Yeah.
it says true imposters. Imposter means someone is faking it, fake identity. True imposter don't feel imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Means if he's really a crook who went there by malpractice, he won't feel that feeling. He knows he's got there by malpractice. So it means you are genuine like that. So
Yeah.
actually, what I'm saying is you are actually good. Like as per what I got to know your inter experience, you have balanced everything like DSA development and theory, everything well. So someone like you as a fresher, if they're getting, they should be lucky, I would say, with all these ready to go skills that you already developed, and this can see the future scope also if they train you, and you can do even well.
Yes. Okay. So the offer was directly full time. So what the one thing which I got shocked when the HR called me was, so I asked him, sir, whether it is only internship or internship and plus full time employment. So he said, no man, it's directly full time. So even I was shocked because in all the interview experience for freshers, they provide an internship. Following the internship based on the performance, they provide a full time employment.
Okay. So how come they didn't provide both then? Like, did they already start internship batch now, or is it?
Maybe I don't know about that because they had completed their on-campus hiring in the month of June, July in various top-tier colleges.
Hmm.
So from that were the interview experience which I read.
Coming to yeah, panel, do you want to end up with highlighting any of your uh, highlights in your journey throughout preparation and cracking the interview? Any sacrifices that you had to do? Any important lessons that you learned?
Uh, so sacrifice was, I think, health. I have sacrificed my health.
Mm.
Very big blunder I have made of myself, which cost me a lot of months of rest. So I think I won't do that kind of mess once again in my life. I won't to go too much hard on myself. I will try to keep a balance because um in my fifth semester, so I was doing internship. I used to manage college, and also I was qualified for, there is a, every year PwC does a launchpad program. So I was even qualified for PwC launchpad program.
Mhm.
So simultaneously I wanted to manage three things. One was internship. I
Mm.
used I need to get the work done. I need to build the website. So that was the internship thing. So
Mm.
another one was PwC Launchpad program. So regularly, weekly, thrice or twice, the live sessions they were conducting, and every week they used to take certain test. So you need to secure certain marks in order to pass that test.
Mm.
So I need to balance that. So and also I need to attend college. There is also some attendance criteria. I think if the faculties are understanding, so they will grant you. Because they will, okay. I used to say them, sir, I have internship, so please understand. I can't come to college regularly.
Mm.
So that was the time, peak time I can say of my journey because many things I was juggling, and you can't get more than 24 hours. No? So the only thing you try to cut down is your sleep. You try to take as much less sleep as possible. So for short term it is good, but if you do that on a long term, you will face consequences, major consequences. And I think I did face them, and it was severe consequences,
Mm.
which very bad one.
Yeah.
It really took a toll on my health. I was unable to do anything, any productive things for 4 to 5 months.
Mhm.
Last 4 to 5 months of the 2024 year. So I think no, please try to keep a balance. Don't go hard on yourself.
Mm. Yeah.
From now on, I will try to keep but I will try to take care of my health. Health will be my number one priority.
Right. Yeah, that's something many people learn the hard way. Yeah, coming to towards the end I wanted to touch upon. You did like how did you find out this path? Like many people say there are so many things. People are saying multiple things. I don't know what path to follow, what to do. They say AI is also trending, blockchain and all everything. New things will be coming and going. So how did you find this is the clear path and this is how I should do?
Okay. So, firstly, I started to do lead code from the end of my second semester. So, because in my first semester, like I didn't know anything about like how is the placement done, like on what criteria like the students get higher. So I thought CGPA. So I started to get good CGPA in first semester. So in first semester, I got a really good CGPA. Like everyone was shocked. So even I was shocked by seeing the CGPA. I got this much CGPA. So then I got to know it during my second semester. Like, CGPA is good, but only CGPA is not good. You need something with CGPA. Like anybody, is like there are many people who are with nice CGPA. Like what makes you different from them? What are the skills yours? At the end, skills are the things that will make you higher. Like I got to know that in my second semester. I used to follow a lot of YouTube channels. They used to say like you need to know DSA to crack any product based company. So in my second semester, I understood okay. So DSA is important. So during the end of my second semester, I started to do lead code. So 1.5 year I did lead code till my fourth semester. I did lead code, only lead code, no development, nothing at all, solely lead code. My entire my focus was I will complete one thing and then I will move on to the next thing. So till my fourth semester I completed. End of fourth semester I completed all the DSA concepts. And when I came to the ending of my fourth semester, I started to do development. So I knew okay, so I need to build some projects. So I even I was confused like which path should I choose, web development, mobile development, or anything. So at that time I only knew C++ language. I didn't even knew JavaScript. So there is a guy called Hitesh Chaudhary in Medium. So I used to follow him. So he had a pretty good JavaScript tutorial, and also simultaneously he was working on his React playlist. So what I thought is okay, so in web development like front end and back end is there. So also I had a few friends like who were very good in web development. So I asked them, sir, what should I do? Should I go in first back end development or front end development? So also I thought if I do something, I also need to do some internship. So what I thought is if I get into front end development, I can quickly get an internship. So that was my strategy. So I completed all the JavaScript concept from the Hitesh Chaudhary and Chai or Code channel. And I also learned all the React concept from him only. I started to build my projects. And then I started applying to all the companies for the internship. Finally, I secured one.
Yeah. So I think what I can summarize, right, what you did right compared to what many people are doing wrong is they are also confused. Okay, this is the everyone is suggesting let's do this. Now next, this is a good thing to do. Let's do this. But seeing it throughout the end, completing it and doing actual showcaseable projects and acquiring that skill, not that is something that is hard to do. If you do that, only 2-3 things only you can do in 4 years of engineering. 1 or 2 years it will take to completely get skill in that. If you're changing in the beginning, everything is nice, but it will become hard. If you have to stay when it's hard and you have to complete it. If you see any popular YouTube playlist, the first video has so much views, and after fourth, fifth only, it's like very less, highly lessly view, very less views, and last nobody sees. So whoever sticks to the end and completely follows, right? You have to keep a target. You'll finish this playlist. I'll do my GitHub. Let it be any error. If I'm stuck on one error, 2-3 days, I'll ask everywhere. I'll somehow pass through that. So that should be the mindset. Only then you can get that skill completely.
Yes. So I think as you said, the first thing comes by us acknowledging that we can't do everything. What we can do is minimal, and you have to accept that fact and you have to move on with the thing. So I think many people are unable to accept the fact that we are limited to only few things. Like they think I can do web also, I can do app also, I can do machine learning also. They try to do everything and they are not good at anything.
Yeah.
Fact, focus on one thing at a time. Like that was my strategy or mantra.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask about ICPC. How did you get to know about ACM ICPC contest, and how did you make the team and all?
So I knew about ICPC from beginning, but I thought in my college there was not a good coding culture. So I thought let so I every year I passed on. I was never asking anybody. Like I knew like not many people were interested in coding. Like there were many people who were interested in development, but
Mm,
like this DSA kind of coding, lit coding, not many people were doing.
mm,
So everyone was going in hackathon. So nobody was going in coding competition. So and one day like Kiran called me.
mm,
So he said there is ICPC. Yeah, I know. I said yeah, I know. And can we team up? He asked me. So I said yeah, even I'm interested. So
mm.
let's do that.
Yeah.
And also there was a guy from civil branch. He was good at competitive programming.
Mm,
So we called him, and even he was also happy to join. So we three of us we made a team.
mm.
That that was about ICPC.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good experience. Like if culture is not there, right, you can at least try to reaching out with people and spread the awareness. If you were in first year, so that like what I did start with the coding club, and just classmates and friends joined. Then went to class, and usually how they promote for the club, right? That is just for your own benefit only. It's not like you're doing some political propaganda or anything. It's just that you're building a community to help you be accountable and learn and work together. Yeah.
Exactly. So one thing is in my college life, I think I stayed away from all these college clubs.
Mm.
I never took part in like even in the any positions. I never tried to uh, get volunteer or like my main focus was like I want to secure a good job. I don't want to waste my time here. So I think depends on person to person. So I thought like there are cultural clubs, lot of clubs were cultural clubs. I thought they don't align to my interest. So I thought just I will participate in the events just for the activity points and for there was a subject for the club. So for that purpose I used to do. Genuinely I was really not interested in that club because really I used to go to for even though for college my maximum attendance was the minimum eligibility minimum attendance of 75% was the minimum eligibility. So my maximum should be 75. I think everyone should follow this because try to take back your time. Don't waste on
Yeah.
this thing. Even if 75% is the maximum, like minimum attendance, I think your maximum should be 76 or 75. That's it. Don't even everybody knows in college, lot of time will get waste.
Right. Yeah, like for someone who has a clear goal, job is what he wants. Anything he does should add a line in his resume. That's what I used to think. If I'm joining a cultural club, am I going for a managerial career path? Yeah, am I going to do MBA and become a manager or something? Then I can maybe do club activity and all that. But I did coding club just for accountability and all
Yeah.
to have the culture. But if the existing club is not helping you, you can do for your own purpose. And I'd never encourage things like making a group, giving positions, everything. Just hosting contests and just doing. No need to get college involved or anything involved. You just need the laptop and just code.
Exactly. So what there was a Coursera club in our college. So I tried to register for that club because if it will align with my interest.
Hmm.
So I tried to fill up the position, but unluckily results were not announced on this.
Yeah, I don't see again. No need of all this. Like we did, like it was open only. Like everyone can come and go. Just to maintain exclusivity, we used to take contest and show that okay, these people have got in. But even if others want to join, they can still join.
Yeah. So my dream was like lot of people are doing development. I'm happy with that, but like they are avoiding DSA. Like what I have observed, many people are doing development because they don't want to do DSA.
Yes.
To escape DSA, they are doing development. So this is the common thing which I have observed.
Yes.
I think uh, that should not be the mentality. You should do both.
Mm.
So my thought was if I join like Coach Chef Club, my my genuinely I was interested to conduct the coding contest in my college. So that was my goal. I was genuinely interested in Codesef Club, but the results are not announced only. Like I was genuinely fill the form. Like I want to spread this DSA culture in my college because if you are strong in DSA, you can apply off campus. Somebody will refer you. You can. There are the probability if you show your ratings or your number of problems you have solved, they can get the confidence that okay, so this guy can crack the rounds. So like DSA is the highway to product based companies.
Mhm.
So that was really my honest thought because I really wanted to do something in DSA part in my college, but unfortunately, I couldn't be a part of any.
Yeah, I think this will be for someone who has the patience and is really interested, serious about cracking PayPal, right? They have to see because you took your time to explain it well properly, all the details. So if they really want it, they can see the whole video. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sri Hari. Thank you for giving us a detailed, very helpful session.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for inviting me. Had a great time.